So, why are we the bad guy and not Russia? We are a country run by upper class whores that have literally taken over the country through feminism and other activist, tourist type groups and have literally suppressed the truth and oppressed everybody. We've all been basically kidnapped, just like all the people in Palestine under Hamas. That's the alliance that NATO has become, is a gigantic brothel casino only looking out for its interests and then brainwashing us into thinking it's our interests. Russia was actually helping the Democrats win the election, but the truth won out, and the truth got Trump elected. Russia said the world would be better off with Trump being elected. That's literally it. That's all they did. There were no memes or anything like that that got anybody to change their minds. Russia saying those things didn't make anybody change their minds. But it did make the whorehouse go nuts and declare Russia their enemy. Now, growing up in a place where military people are bred, neo-Nazi, horror guard dog breeding is used a lot on the men, just like in any whorehouse. The men are raised to guard the whores. They're not actually taught how to be good humans. They're taught how to be good guard dogs. And the same thing was going on in the anti-Russia side of the Ukraine, the NATO-friendly side of Ukraine. Crimea was mainly a Russia-speaking Ukrainian area. And the non-Russian speaking Ukrainians, powered by the neo-Nazi groups and the whore groups, were literally tormenting, terrorizing, killing, and driving out the Ukrainians that lived in Crimea. Russia, because nobody was doing anything to stop them, we were actually helping, through our whore connections, we were helping the neo-Nazi side of things terrorize people who are actually of a republic. And that's the thing. Republics don't agree with the prostitution as a norm, because prostitution is the foundation for slavery. But all the countries that are run by prostitution see prostitution as a freedom of choice kind of thing, when in reality it just powers the underworld and criminals and psychopaths, which is what NATO has turned into. So Russia had actually held off with just using intimidation to keep the people in Crimea safe. But after Trump lost the election, all the whores in the world got bold and started trying to take society back by attempting to mass murder all of the, or oppress, it's passive mass murder with the vaccines and everything, because nobody knows it's actually happening. Nobody knows what the tainted vaccines are, the ones that were taken off the market after COVID came out, because they found out that they were killing people because they were tainted. They weren't real vaccines. But anyways, that's misinformation, because it's the truth. And it can actually be verified by people who are supposedly working to check information, except they're too fucking lazy. All they do is search with Google. They're fucking retards. But Russia decided to defend actively the people of Crimea. And they were going to annex Crimea into Russia to protect the people who live there. Now, the pro-Ukrainian retards out there have no idea this shit's going on, because they're stupid, they sleep, and they're just tourist activists. They only help when they're activated by emotional triggering, because they're retards. And they just cause problems. And our country, the United States, is still run by the whorehouse. So even the feds and everything tend to work alongside the anti-republic culture that exists in our country. Going after anybody who seems mean because everything is fucking retarded, and heavily autistic, where autistic is a superpower and not a disability. Where being emotionally out of control is a superpower and not a disability, because they want to enable people to weaponize them and turn them into uh, uh, explosive wearing terrorists that are fighting for freedom, while literally creating terror and fear to control everybody. That's what we've been fighting against. The bad guys are fighting against actual evil people doing evil things. But people will do anything when they're brainwashed and they're shown that the good guys are actually bad guys. They will do anything because they're nuts. People are fucking nuts. And the Trump MAGA group was demonized like crazy, and they actually tried to turn them into terrorists, and they failed because of people like me putting in effort to de-weaponize people, because that's what we need to do. We need to de-weaponize people so that we're allowed to actually talk about the truth that makes everyone so uncomfortable and turns everybody into raving lunatics, because they've been living in a lie so long that they can't handle the truth. They can't handle the reality of the global whorehouse and how the children are the main money makers because of the way laws are set up. It's very uncomfortable information, but it's the way it is. It's the truth. And you can't kill the truth away. All you're going to do is stop people from admitting what the truth is. You're just going to shut people up to make yourself feel better. So, anyways, there's not really much more of a point to the video I'm making, other than the truth will set us free, and the lies are what's making us kill each other. So, the lies of Hamas got a bunch of retards to go in and murder a bunch of Israelis because some idiot activist terrorist was obsessed with mean people saying mean things because of the things that happened to them, making them mean. And apparently, we need to stomp out mean people, because we're not Nazis killing people based on their feelings and opinions. We're not anti-republic retards going around using our emotions and need to feel good to get rid of mean people, which is what this country has turned into. It's insanity. It's insanity. And it's just genocide power. And it's disturbingly comical that people who have been actively genociding others would call Israel genociders. And I'm not talking about the people of Palestine. I'm talking about all their fucking activist supporters, the tourists, the ones that will literally allow nice acting people to enslave their entire population so that tourist areas can seem nice when it's just exploitation and the hidden darkness behind the scenes. And then you assholes say, well, if you don't participate, you don't have to participate in it if you don't want to. If people didn't participate in it, it wouldn't exist. No. If you weren't demanding things to be a certain way, it wouldn't exist. Period. So, it's a level of intelligence that the majority are incapable of perceiving, because the information that's required to understand it is traumatizing, literally. And some of us have been willing to sacrifice our own well-being in order to free everybody and free the future from the past. So, anyways, good luck, everybody. Love you all.